Hello and welcome. This is BQ Prime. I am Agam Vakil, and we're talking conversations with the management when it comes to the second quarter. Well, we're in conversation with the management of Kaveri Seed Company, the whole-time director at the company, Mithun Chand. Mr. Chand, let me start by asking you about your assessment of the quarter. What are the key highlights here, and what we can expect going forward?
Hi. We had a very good quarter compared to last year. We have grown by more than 15% in terms of the revenue and more than double in terms of the bottom line. This year, we have done a good sale in export compared to 10 crores. We had done 25 for the first half, which has contributed a lot in the second quarter. So which had made revenues and profitability more when compared to the previous year.
Right. My next question is to do, considering that your largest quarters are the last quarter of the financial year and the first quarter of the financial year. If I'm not mistaken, please correct me wrong. What can we expect going forward in terms of how crops are panning out in terms of yields? We've had a little bit of unseasonality as well in this year as well. Can you give us an idea about on-ground traction out there?
In fact, first quarter is a major quarter for us. 2, 3, and 4 are basically lean quarters. First quarter would contribute around 80%, 70 to 75% of the revenue and 90% of the profit. Whereas 2, 3, 4 contribute the remaining part of it. But anyhow, these are the 3 quarters are also important for us as we take up the production and for the next year's sale, and over and above that, the performance of the crop, what we sold this year, that also lies in the next 3 quarters. By seeing the crop conditions is a mixed result across. Some states are doing well, some crops are doing well, some crops we have seen drought, especially in Karnataka. There are some virus in vegetables. So overall, there's a mixed one, but it's not that bad. It's okay season, and we see a very good Rabi coming up as we see the commodity price also up for maize. Maize is a very big crop for Rabi. That is basically third and fourth quarter. These two looks good for us independently. For us, even the export market looks good for compared to the previous year. We are hoping for some more better orders to come for the next couple of quarters, especially like African countries, and we are exploring Asian countries also. So in that way, we see a good second half compared to previous year, and vegetables also seems to be doing well for the second half.
Right. So you did mention about your exports contributing considerably higher in this quarter, and perhaps it will be a higher number for this year as well. You also spoke about a handful of African countries in terms of expansion. So can you elaborate a little more when it comes to your exports? And by the end of this financial year, how much would exports contribute to your overall revenues?
So especially we are exporting seeds like maize and sunflower this year, and vegetables also. Rice is anyhow there. When you compare to the previous year, maize was a major part of it, but we have added these 3 new crops to the portfolio. And Africa, this is the first time where we are sending to Africa. What we see compared to overall, we have done 20 crores last year, but in the first half itself, we have done 25 crores. Going forward, we'll be doing another 25 to 30 crores in vegetables in export market. So right. We see compared to the previous year, we are 2.5, 3-fold revenue more than the previous year. So what we are seeing is that we are trying to have a stability in the export market. That's we are trying it. Going forward, what we were saying earlier, going forward, export will also contribute to the top line.
So a question also on Bajra and maize contributions, because they have actually seen a substantial increase. And I know this is not one of your largest quarters, but as compared on a year-on-year basis, the contribution has been higher for Bajra and maize. What's going on here?
Basically, maize, we have done good export. Majority of the export was maize. So that's the reason which has contributed a lot. Bajra as a crop, we were saying that we have developed new hybrids which will contribute more going forward. We see a growing trend in the Bajra for next 3 to 5 years. So based on our pipeline hybrids and the performance of the hybrids which are already given in the market. So these 2 crops will definitely contribute going forward. And over and above that, if you see the tough conditions of the seasonality, most of the volumes were stable, but the revenues are up. But while going forward, we see both volumes and revenues both going up. So that's a very positive point for the industry and the company. As we are the only company in the industry, we deal with majority of the crops, be it cotton or non-cotton crops like maize, rice, sunflower, bajra, sorghum. When we have added new crops like mustard, where we are more or less the market leaders. So these all will contribute as a pack, and that will be a good growth driver for us for the next 3 to 5 years.
Right. So, and a final question on vegetables that is also seen, well, it's nearly double actually year on year. And for this particular quarter, do you think that this run rate could follow through over the next 4 or 5 to 6 quarters?
We are very much bullish on vegetables. Vegetable being a small margin, it looks like 20-30% more compared to the uh, previous half. But vegetable has a very good big potential in India, and we see that it will go in a very good positive direction. We have put our effort in the last 10 years, and now we are getting we have launched new hybrids in vegetable segment. That's the reason where we have seen growth in vegetables, and we have added other crops like cauliflower, carrot, cabbage. These all will also contribute to the revenue. So as a pack, vegetable will be contributing more, and the profitability is also more. And over and above that, we have also declared 250% dividend for the this quarter. That is 5 rupees per share of face value of 2 for this quarter.
Right. Well, we leave it at that, Mr. Chand. Thank you so much for joining us and taking the time out to telling us about what the company is doing at the moment, and also